Streaming. Okay, it's green. Are we synced?
It's thinking.
Cool.
Live for 5 seconds, but it's black.
Yeah, let me share.
Now I see it.
Yeah, it might take a second for the audio to. Cool. All right. So, yeah. So we were talking about.
Hello, world.
Hey guys, how's it going? So we were talking about the shift in last mile delivery, right? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't see anything but Prime these days. Yeah.
I'd say I see about 3 Prime trucks for every UPS or FedEx truck that I see.
I haven't seen a UPS truck in 6 months. I'll see a FedEx truck once in a while, but I haven't seen a FedEx truck or a UPS truck for months. Yeah. So I think. Well, you know what I learned last Saturday on Sleep Money. Shout out to our friends over there. $1 billion a year is what UPS spends on gasoline. Is that insane? $1 billion a year.
Well, Amazon ordered 100,000 electric trucks.
Yeah, and I think I've got them all parked in down the street from me because there seems to be about at least 10,000 things. I don't know if they're electric, but
I think most of these electric trucks are still in the process of being in making the machines that will make the trucks. Like there is still some delay in terms of the delivery.
Right. So what I'm doing here is So Ralph, what do we call this? Is this a video podcast? Because
how about a vlog?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I didn't want to sound. I'm glad you said it, Nami. I didn't want to sound very 1999 or 2004, But yeah, vlog seems to be the right word for it.
I mean, because in saying that's a podcast implies that there's a little more production than there is going to be, I think.
Right. So should I be talking here about what I'm doing on the screen, or should we keep talking about other stuff? Okay. So as you know, Ralph, we have a few different places we want to send our output to. So this software I've got here, this multi-service RTMP broadcaster, it will let us send to YouTube, Twitch, basically any endpoint out there. And so what this will let us do is it'll send us to the T-Shish show, to the Recfoot show, to your stream, my channel. So basically full omni-channel coverage. It's just a Docker image. I just did a Docker poll and just copy and pasted this little thing here. Yeah, we don't want to disable recording. I don't care about all that. Okay, so what we're going to do here is set up this JSON file. Make dir streaming, run the stream to streaming. Oh yeah, so the other day we were talking and you mentioned Z Shell, Ralph.
Oh yeah.
So if you're watching my screen here, this is Z Shell with the awesome fonts enabled. So this little arrow here, and this kind of speaking about FedEx, right? The whole arrow thing. I like it. So it really shows me. So if I can deepen some, path, it'll walk it through so I can quickly see where I am. We can do a whole other show on shell customization because that certainly can get deep.
Oh my ZSH.
Yes, so that's what I'm running at the core. Lightly customized, very lightly customized. And then the awesome fonts on top of that. I'll highly recommend you check out the Awesome fonts. Really a great experience. And that's actually the main reason on my iPad I used a Blink shell over all the other shells that I tried. It was the only one that effectively supported custom fonts, in particular the Awesome fonts. And the Awesome fonts are a collection you can find them on GitHub, and they'll let you set up some really neat stuff beyond what you can do with just regular fonts. But you do need a term. Oh, and I should do a shout out to Terminus here. That is the terminal I'm using. Really, really, really slick. It's the closest thing I could find in MOBA Xterm, which if you're on Windows 10, highly recommend you check that out. But I like that I can completely navigate it with the keyboard, using Control-Shift-Tab, things like that.
And of course, on Mac, iTerm 2 is the one to use.
So Terminus will actually run on Mac. I highly recommend you check it out. I think you'll like it. I used iTerm 2 for a long time back in the day when I used a Mac, and it definitely could do a lot. But I always recommend folks check out alternatives to the vendor supplied defaults. Okay, so we've got our example here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. Do we want to have an aside about JSON versus YAML? Which one is more terrible?
I think everybody agrees that YAML is a little more human readable.
Yes, and it's a little easier to deal with tabs than
as is Python.
Since this is a family-friendly show, I won't share my opinion about Python, but I don't agree with you. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to put in multiple
I always thought of Python as the readable Perl. Because I think pretty much everybody agrees that Perl is write only.
I mean, anytime you're getting into heavy regexes and things, it can get tricky, certainly. Sorry for the dead air listeners. I'm just. Well, actually, that's a good question, Ralph. Are they listeners or are they viewers?
Or both.
Oh, Periscope, man, we haven't even touched that. Gotta catch them all.
So there is an audience on Periscope, and there are some people who use it. I think Scott Adams is one of the Periscope broadcasters out there.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. To our friends over there, absolutely. Great comic, classic, of course. All right, so as you can see here, I've got the rebroadcast list. I've got your channel, I've got your secondary channel, and then I've got the thesis show. We have a... well, let's hope that's valid. Is this extra? Nope, that's the very... Okay, good. So... Ralph, do you want me to stop the stream, or are you okay with the stream keys being shared?
I think at this point we'll do that off camera.
Absolutely.
I think some things. I mean, stream keys are easily changeable, and you can only use them at a very limited time. But yeah, I think those fall into the category of secrets.
Yes. So what I'm going to do here, just for our listeners and for your benefit, Ralph, I've actually switched over to my iPad's screen, and I'm using the Blink app. Again, shout out to our friends over there. And that will allow me to do things off screen, like deal with secrets.
At some point, we have to get used to the fact that not everybody, that we're not alone anymore.
Right. Well, I mean, if you noticed that my headspace was there, I asked you if you were comfortable with that being disclosed, and that's not a problem. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm in Blink. I'm logged into the same machine. I am switching down and putting the keys in, and no secrets here, folks. I mean, there are secrets that we don't want to share, but nothing that you couldn't materially experience. Edit that out, Ralph. Let's see. Where is that? There it is. Okay. So copy text. Yeah, I often find myself using the Blink app. It's just such a great experience. Highly recommend it. Then I recommend iPad for the road warriors that are listening. I did a blog post on it. Ralph, can we do show notes on YouTube or whatever? Can we if
I've been thinking about that too. I'm guessing they're going to go into Discord because that's something we all have access to.
Right, but can we then copy paste those in, like if I put a hashtag, today's date, and then the link, could we copy those and do the YouTube or something for when someone watches this on time shift, consumes this on time shift? I don't
know. Maybe I should read that long article that we shared in show notes about the community integration, because I'm wondering if there's something in there that'll allow me to
sync it or something.
Yeah, sync it automatically.
Hey, do you want to go?
I mean, there is always cut and paste, right? But it's probably not going to.
No, absolutely. Do you want to? Do you actually want to rename stream production to show notes? Do you think we should call it that instead?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It'll keep being stream production, and if it happens to be show notes as well, then oh well.
Yeah, it's basically all the meta stuff related to. All right, so I believe if you can go back in our DM history, Ralph, and if you can confirm for me that the message you sent on 11/01/2020, that last 4, I believe, is your second YouTube account.
I haven't changed the keys, so if it's a different key, then yes, it is.
No, I just need you to confirm it because I'm labeling them in the config file, and I want to make sure I've got the right label and the right key.
Gotcha.
So I believe that one is the Reclit account.
Is dead air my
Oh, I'm sorry, listeners. Yeah, I should.
My cue to end the stream.
Well, I mean, I'm still doing stuff. I'm just putting. Can we pause it? Like, if I just pause it, I wonder if it'll pick back up. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to have to cut. Well, I mean, it's up to you.
So I can pause it from my end, and I did.
Cool.
So YouTube is paused now.
Cool.
And it shows in the graph that it's like down.
Okay.
This is an interesting.
Well, that's useful for things like this where we're going to have some.
Well, that's an interesting question. Because if I pause it, that's kind of like editing it live.
Right. Because you'd be cutting out.
Whenever I pick up the stream again,
Did we restore it now? Since we're talking about this, is this? How many do we want to get?
Okay, let me press play. Welcome back.
Hey.
So we are live again.
Oh, interesting. What account am I logged in as? Switch account. Oh, that's annoying. I'm going to need to rename my...
All right, I'm going to reach for another device. I'm going to go to this live stream and watch from the other device what happens when I pause it again, because I want to know how this works.
Absolutely.
I need to test this out.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a second monitor up here to watch, have a, to use that in a production sense and be able to watch the stream / listen to it.
Yeah, so the $30 Kindle has a YouTube app.
Nice.
And it's not a great device, but
as a YouTube consumption. So is that the Fire tablet? Or
yeah. I mean, they're $30 when they're on special. Or they used to be.
Oh, interesting. So my Google account that I've had for years and years and years, trying to go live on that is also a 24-hour delay. That's very interesting. So no matter how old the account is, YouTube Go Live is separate from that.
True.
I didn't know that. I had assumed just because it was a new account, it was.
So I'm gonna pause the stream and I'll be back.
Okay.
Hola.
don't think that's the right. Camera. Yeah. Very well. Maybe. Ooh, stuff and stuff. It's not like the JSON. Blech. 40. There we go. Oh. Uh-huh. Okay. This is cool. Slash that. Okay. Okay.
I'm back. Sorry about that. I determined one thing.
Yes.
If you are on the live streamer.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
If you're on the live streamer on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and you pause it, it pauses the display of it. It doesn't pause the transmission of it.
Oh, interesting. Hey, I need you to do me a favor.
It may be pausing the recording. That is entirely possible too.
Right.
But the broadcasting keeps going.
Well, I'm about to stop the stream anyway because I'm going to because I'm going to switch over to using my proxy to stream to both of your YouTubes. So if you want to go ahead and stop it, you can also check the video and see if it stopped the recording when you paused it.
I want to do that. I very much want to do that because